Every new leader has these 3 challenges that they have every day, and today we're going to talk about how can you overcome those 3 challenges. My name was Kelly. I was a nurse to CEO, and my mission is to help you get the life and career of your dreams. So the one thing that is so different as a new leader that challenges us is how do we get things done through others? How do we develop and mentor others while we're a new leader ourselves and we are responsible for doing that? So the first thing you need to think about when you're developing others is you need to understand that you don't have to know everything to develop others. Just as you didn't know everything either that your boss above you would need to develop. But a key component is you do need to actively listen, learn, and understand so that you can help your team be the best team they can be. So the most effective way you can get past this challenge is you need to round or one-on-one, whatever term you want to use. You have to be intentional and purposeful about rounding one-on-one with your employees. You need to actively learn and understand what barriers do they have in place? What are their goals? Do they understand the goals that you're trying to set for them? As you're working through that, you're working together on a development plan for your employees or for your team. But if you don't actually sit down with them and purposefully have questions to actively learn and listen and understand first, you're not going to have the same results that you would if you're just kind of going into them and telling them what they need to do, or telling them what they need to learn, or telling them how they need to do whatever it is they need to do. So to develop the team and mentor the team and get results through the team, you have to sit down with them and learn, listen, and act after that. The second challenge many new leaders have, and frankly, leaders that even have been in experience for a while, is handling different perspectives. This often can be, not always, can be aligned with conflict. So handling different perspectives sometimes can create that conflict that can be very uncomfortable. And that could be maybe conflict with your team. We're interacting with each other. It could be conflict with your team or an individual and yourself. And you need to work through, or it can be conflict even with multiple departments. You need to work through as a new leader because this can be very challenging, very uncomfortable. The number one way you can help with this is, first of all, you need to create a safe zone. And that's kind of my term. You need to create a safe place that people can come and express their opinions without any hard feelings. Even if sometimes maybe your hackles can get raised or somebody else's hackles can get raised, just setting the expectation up front with, hey, this is a safe place. This is a safe zone that as long as you're not being offensive, things like that actually hurt the conversation, but people can express their truth. People can express their opinion because we are a diverse workforce now, right? And many opinions usually will get us better results if we stop, act, and listen. But people need to feel safe. Your team needs to feel safe in order to be able to do that. So create the safe space by upfront saying, hey, safe zone, all opinions are going to be heard. All opinions are going to be looked at and evaluated here so that we can get to the best spot in our organization with our goals. So remember, the number one way to do it is to create a safe zone. The second thing is it needs to be a safe zone. So you need to really think about and controlling your emotions, not being defensive. And honestly, if others are starting to act that way too, start to feel comfortable having that crucial conversation that this is a safe zone. Stop. We need to stop with the defensiveness and listen. Even if we don't do whatever it is, opinion it is, people need to feel safe to express it. The third challenge new leaders experience is imposter syndrome, meaning I can't possibly be the leader because I'm not experienced enough, or I don't have the education, or I'm just not, good enough to do this. We all experience this. Look, I have experienced this in every phase of my career. I've talked about, if you've gone back to other videos, how I was a nurse. I was a young nurse. I had no management experience when I was kind of progressed up the management chain. all the way up to when I was CEO. I was the interim CEO in my career 3 times before I actually decided to quote unquote apply for the CEO position. Because I really didn't feel like I was qualified enough. I had all the education background, I had the experience, but we all have those vulnerabilities about, oh, I really don't know if that's something that I can do. How did I overcome that? And how can you overcome that? First of all, get feedback from others and really eternalize that. Find people you trust to get feedback. Work on things that you get that feedback on, and work on things that are your strengths as well. We are all unique and we all have those strengths. So we really need to tap into those strengths and listen to the feedback on areas that we can improve. That's one thing that you really need to think about. The second thing is, you are asked to be that new leader for a reason. There was a reason you were tapped to do that. And so you do need to have a positive mindset and be like, I can do this. Am I going to be perfect at it? No. Am I going to make mistakes at it? Yes. But the fact that you're listening to this video shows that you have the will to want to learn and to be the best leader you can be. So remember, all of us have imposter syndrome, but get feedback, work on your strengths, work on your weaknesses, and learn from that. And you will go farther than anyone else that really thinks they have all the knowledge, they have all the experience, they have all the degrees to move forward, because I can guarantee you there'll be a wall that person will come to, and they will not be the best leader they can be. And I'm not talking about getting A's in your degrees. Getting A's in your classes and degrees does not make you a good leader. And so we talk about in other videos about what does really make an effective leader and what makes a good leader. And they are very different at times. A good leader and an effective leader have very different skill sets at times. And you really need to think about what are those skill sets and how can you move forward. So again, when you're managing a team as a new leader, it has a very different skill set than when you were part of the team. I do have a video that goes from friend to boss, so take a look at that. That might give you also some helpful tips. If you enjoyed this and you found this helpful, please give me a like and subscribe. It really helps move my channel forward. And take a look at this next video.